Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a man named Farid who had a heart of stone. He was known throughout the village as a cruel and heartless person, always taking advantage of others and never showing any kindness or compassion. One day, a wise old man came to the village and gathered all the villagers to listen to him. He told them that he had heard of a magical flower that could change a person's heart from stone to flesh. The villagers were skeptical, but Farid saw an opportunity to take advantage of the situation. He offered the old man a large sum of money to take him to the magical flower, convinced that he could use it to become even more powerful and wealthy. The old man agreed to take Farid to the flower, warning him that the journey would be perilous and that he must be pure of heart to obtain it. But Farid did not listen, and he set out on the journey with the old man, determined to get his hands on the magical flower. The journey was indeed perilous, with treacherous terrain and dangerous creatures along the way. But Farid was determined, and he pushed on, driven by his greed and ambition. Finally, they arrived at the place where the magical flower was said to grow. But as Farid approached the flower, he felt a strange sensation in his chest. It was as if his heart of stone was cracking and breaking, slowly giving way to something softer. The old man saw the change in Farid and smiled, knowing that the magical flower had done its work. He handed the flower to Farid and said, "Take this, and may it bring you the happiness and compassion that your heart has been missing." But Farid was not satisfied. He had obtained the magical flower, but he wanted more. He demanded that the old man take him to another place where he could find even more riches and power. The old man shook his head sadly, knowing that Farid had not learned the true value of the magical flower. He said, "The flower can only do so much, but it cannot change a person's character. You must learn to value kindness and compassion, and only then will you find true happiness." But Farid did not listen, and he left the old man behind, still hungry for more. He traveled far and wide, using the magical flower to gain wealth and power, but he found that it did not bring him the happiness he had sought. One day, Farid found himself in a small village, where he met a young girl who was kind and gentle. She showed him kindness, even though he had not shown it to anyone in return. As he spent time with the young girl, Farid realized that he had been wrong all along. He had been chasing after wealth and power, thinking that it would bring him happiness, but it was only when he learned to value kindness and compassion that he found true happiness. With the help of the young girl, Farid began to show kindness to others. He started to use his wealth and power to help those in need, and he found that this brought him more happiness than anything else ever could. In the end, Farid's heart of stone was transformed into one of flesh, and he became known throughout the land as a kind and compassionate person. He had learned that true wealth and power come not from material possessions, but from the kindness and compassion that we show to others. The moral of this story is that true happiness comes not from wealth and power, but from the kindness and compassion that we show to others. We must learn to value these qualities and use them to make a positive impact on the world around us. And when we do, we will find that true happiness is within our reach. Thank you for watching. And stay alive.